Hey everyone. Hi. I'm back. Now this is the fun part. Well, it's all fun, I hope. But I promised you for a while who've been following Liberty Lifestyle, which is a section of Daily Clout, that I will bring you natural remedies, herbal remedies, lost and forgotten beauty treatments, skincare, hair care. And I've been doing that intermittently, and I've been promising you a 5-minute skin cream that you can make literally for, I mean, honestly, like less than $3. And it's so much better for you, from what I understand, right, than the products that you've seen me kind of throw into the trash can when I've read their ingredients. Now that I know what to look for, the parabens, the hormone disruptors, the toxic ingredients of all kinds that, pardon me, surround us at CVS, surround us courtesy of big pharma, and are usually incredibly expensive and overpriced, even while they penetrate our skin and create toxic conditions. I mean, I was astonished to discover this, and I really want to credit the wonderful people who taught me all about this. Pardon me, along the way. But I'm learning and I'm learning. And, if you want to know more, you definitely should follow Barbara O'Neill. She's fantastic. You should, I mean, there are many people who are working on non-toxic skin and hair products, non-toxic natural remedies. And I'm just a humble amateur, but I have to say I've been having a lot of fun, hey, experimenting and playing around at home with the various ingredients. I confess that my bath salts are a big hit as gifts, or at least people act like they're a big hit. Who knows what they really think, but people are using them and asking for seconds and thirds. So that's a good sign. And so, if you've been following the Liberty Lifestyle updates, that I've talked about tallow in the past. Pardon me. Tallow is rendered beef fat. And you would think, ugh, that's disgusting. But in fact, and I thought it was disgusting until I ordered some tallow. And also I read literature and journals from women who are crossing the prairies in the 19th century, native remedies from indigenous peoples. And tallow is a standard product that has been used for many medicinal reasons, like keeping scar tissue from forming, healing burns, easing rashes, but also for protecting the skin. And it kind of makes sense that tallow would be good for protecting the skin, because it's similar to us, right? We're mammals, as opposed to these chemical lab created compounds, which are really not not similar to us. And so I've since I found out about tallow and what it does, I've been recommending it. For instance, a friend of mine recently gave birth and was having the problem that is very common, which is cracked nipples, stretch marks. And so I've been recommending that, and she's had good outcomes with that. So let's just move on to skincare. As you all know, I'm 61. I try to say it proudly. It's super scary to even say it, but I kind of have determined to be the most kind of healthy and youthful, vigorous, whatever version of myself I can be as I continue to get older and older and older and older, hopefully, because the alternative last summer was dying. And those of you who follow my work know that I was near death last summer. So I pretty much feel like I'm very happy to be alive. Hope I, make it to 120, as we used to say in my tradition. And in the meantime, here's some great skincare recommendations. And again, I don't do surgery. I don't do fillers. I don't do Botox. I'm not showing off or being narcissistic. I'm just telling you I'm scared of all that stuff for a very good reason, because as I intuited when breaking the story of silicone breast implants, that stuff gets into your bloodstream, and it's not supposed to be there, and it causes inflammation or inflammatory conditions and other unintended consequences. So someone just asked, why were you half near death last year? Great question. I went into Manhattan in July, and there was an orange cloud, like chemical bombing the city. I'd never seen anything like it. I got footage on my phone, which you can see on my Substack, Outspoken, but it looked like a chemical warfare. And I couldn't avoid the meeting. I tried to cancel, couldn't cancel. So I went into Midtown breathing this stuff. And I got back to upstate where we live. You can see the greenery behind me, and got deathly ill with appendicitis. And later found out that air pollution can cause appendicitis, of course, because the toxins are being filtered more than the appendix can handle, through the appendix. So then I went to the hospital. Then they didn't get it all the way. Then I got sepsis, which is happening a lot in hospitals. And then they tried, and then they didn't give me food or water by mouth for 6 days. My procedure kept being pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. I was rapidly failing, and they said, don't worry, if it keeps being pushed back. There was an energy outage, which was kind of weird at the hospital. They said, if it keeps being pushed back, we'll just put you on a ventilator, or we'll intubate you, is what they said to me. And my wonderful husband, for the second time, saved my life. The first time he saved my life because I hired him as my security consultant nearly 10 years ago when I was getting death threats, and he made my stalkers go away. But the second time was when he basically read the riot act in the very scary way that he got trained to do by the US military, to the people looking after me. And they got me seen to and got me treated before they had a chance to intubate me or let me die of starvation or dehydration. But I got home in a horrible state, very weak, pardon me. And Dr. Henry Ely, a wonderful healer whose website I would recommend to everyone, Energetic Health Institute, helped to heal me very quickly through nutrients. And I became absolutely committed. Like, I'd already been committed to finding alternative remedies and health treatments previously because of the work of the War Room Daily Clout Pfizer Documents research team, because I saw how you can't trust pharma. You just can't. You can't trust the FDA. And, excuse me, then I also realized, for my own purposes, I never, ever, ever, ever want to be in that situation again if I can avoid it, in which I'm so at the mercy of hospitals that, we've seen are willing to do anything for profit, have really been turning into kind of killing fields. And I hope if I ever have to go to a hospital again, which no doubt I will, they won't hold this commentary against me, but it's a scary world out there in allopathic medicine. So that's what started me on this journey of finding the herbal remedies that I've been bringing to you, the alternative remedies, and also the hair and skin, natural, traditional, non-toxic hair and skin treatments that I've been bringing to you. So I just want to note, I always experiment on myself. My hair does not look its best because I've been traveling. So I haven't been using my go-tos, Almond Oil, natural bristle brushes, Dr. Bronner's. I haven't had them. I forgot to pack them. I've been using commercial shampoos, high-end commercial shampoos at fancy hotels, but look what it does to your hair. It dries it right out. But going on to my skin was very, very, very dry from all this travel and from these commercial soaps. And so when I got home, I whipped up what I'm about to show you, which is this super, super easy skin lotion, facial lotion made of tallow. Okay, so now I'm going to get right to the arts and craftsy part of it, which I just think is so much fun. This is tallow, everybody. I was very put off because the tallow that you can order on Amazon is pretty expensive. And I don't really know how to, and don't really trust myself rendering my own tallow, right? That's a bit of a bridge too far for this pioneer lady, quote unquote, urban Jewish lady who never learned anything about how to survive in the woods. But I'm learning now. And I found Traverse Bay Bath and Body Affordable Luxury on Amazon. And this is bearlakesoap.com out of Michigan. And it may well be out of Michigan because that's where slaughterhouses are. I don't know. We kind of have to get over our squeamishness about where tallow comes from because many of us eat meat. I eat meat. I actually think it's kind of respectful of the animal and a good environmental or ecological practice to use every bit of the animal if the animal is sacrificed or slaughtered. And so using fat that is rendered, which is what tallow is, seems very legitimate to me. A lot of people might be grossed out by it, but I hope you'll see, you can't really smell on video, but I hope you'll see through the screen that it's really, there's nothing that gross about it. It's not grosser than other things. Let's put it that way. All right, now I'm just going to pour this right into a container. All right, I've prepared a little Tupperware container. Purists will use only glass because plastic isn't that good for you, but I'm just using plastic temporarily until I can get more glass with a lid. But there you see, this is the texture of tallow. And it's kind of like the texture of applesauce, and it's white and it's odorless. I mean, they weren't kidding when they said odorless. So I'm just stirring that up in my little container. I mean, this is so easy. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of almond oil. You can add, I do recommend adding some other, what's called carrier oil, because the tallow alone is a little overwhelming and it can get sticky and not so seductive. Let's just put it that way. But if you add another carrier oil, you can adjust the texture exactly the way you like it. For instance, if you're going to turn this into a body lotion, you will want to add almond oil, for instance, because that makes a nice, smooth body lotion that you can put all over your body and it soaks right in. If you're just doing a facial lotion, which is what I did, I used a little bit of this and some lavender, which you'll see. But in the past, I've used coconut oil, which solidifies at room temperature. And that combination makes a really great skin care lotion as well, and it's a little less oily, right? It just blends right into your skin. All right, so I just put in, I didn't even measure it. You can, but I didn't. I just put in what looks like about a third of a cup into this container of the tallow. Now I'm just going to put some squeezes, of almond oil, and I'm going to get it right to the texture that I like it. And I'm making a face cream and a hand cream right now. Just squeeze that in there. And then it doesn't smell great. Tallow does not smell great. Even with almond oil, it doesn't smell great. It doesn't smell horrible, but it's just not a lovely scent. And so I love these things. I ordered them from Amazon. You'll have to forgive me. Amazon has everything. I know we're not supposed to order things from Amazon all the time, but I gave in until I can find a good direct source for these fragrances. So these are natural fragrances. You don't want to use the chemical fragrances because they're just as bad in terms of filling your body with chemicals as anything you would get on in a drugstore. This is from Brooklyn Botany, and it's brooklynbotany.com. So I guess if I want to avoid Amazon, I would just order directly from there. And I love these little droppers. So much fun, right? So much fun. You get to be, a chemist. You get to go back to, middle school and the lab. And so I'm just going to put like maybe 6 drops of lavender. It's beautiful. It smells so good. It just smells like a field of lavender. And then I'm going to just stir it on up, because it's so, so super easy. And it's a little liquidy, but I kind of like that. It blends right in. And then you just warm it up in your hands, and it's, very, very, what can I say? It's tallow, right? And then the other thing I learned from my uh, from a Russian esthetician long ago is that you stroke upward, right? And so you can see that I'm not wearing foundation, I'm not wearing any makeup on my face, I'm wearing lipstick and eye makeup, but I'm not wearing blush or anything like that. And you can really see, since yesterday, it really did a lot to restore moisture to my skin and to restore softness. And that's it. That's your tallow. That's your tallow cream. Can you believe it? And I'm rubbing the rest of it into my hands. You could probably rub it onto your hair. I can experiment with that and see what happens. Um, and you can sleep with some of this on your hands and put some white cotton gloves on your hands. Really, really moisturize your hands. You can moisturize your body, and literally that's it. It smells wonderful. It's just so good for your skin. I'll stop raving about it because you can decide for yourself. But this whole thing literally costs less than, I would say, less than $4 in ingredients, and you can also give it as a gift. People, I keep offering like young women who are my relatives my tallow cream. They're like, that's okay. But I think whipped up like this with this lovely scent, I can package it nicely and give it to people, and they won't be horrified. All right, let's see what the comments say. Thank you so much. That was 16 minutes, and you have fully functional traditional skincare right now. So tallow is the fat of cattle, says Billy Bob. That is very true. Clay Franklin says, I just got some tallow grass-fed, grass-finished, and it's amazing. No smell, but the dogs think it does, right? That is, I have to be honest with you, that is a downside. Your dog will try to kiss your face. We have to be honest about these things. My dry skin immediately looked better, and it lasts 2 days of showering. Highly recommend, right? It's so moisturizing. And not like topical, greasy moisturizing, although I can't tell, maybe it looks a little oily in the light of the video camera, but really over, if you just rub it in, it just really feels like it absorbs into your skin. Again, I don't know the mechanism of that. Maybe it doesn't literally absorb into your skin, but it creates such a lovely natural protective barrier. And many people, one other thing I want to say is many people post mRNA injection are having skin problems. One of the tragic things in the Pfizer documents is that there are a ton of skin issues, and people are reporting, rashes of all kinds, eruptions, eczemas, horrible skin dryness, flakiness. Well, that's partly because the function or the mechanism of the lipid nanoparticles is inflammatory, and your skin is an organ. And when there's inflammation, your body's trying to kind of cleanse itself to release the toxins. One way that can manifest, interestingly, respiratory issues and skin issues. And these are actually related. Very, very interesting. I didn't know the skin and the lungs were related in a lot of medical practice. But people are having respiratory issues and they're having skin issues. So if you've got someone you love with eczema, dry skin patches that are not healing, rashes that don't make sense, try this and see if people have a better outcome. And OMG, says CC. I hope that's a good OMG. And I'm getting lots of nice compliments. And I think that's it. That's a 20-minute update. This is Naomi Wolf. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a literature scholar, and we found a lot of these natural remedies, natural treatments, lost skin and hair treatments, herbal remedies, herbal health support, teas, tinctures, and so on, from reading literature, right? And we've also been interviewing people who are really knowledgeable in these areas to get this this lost or downgraded wisdom and information. So enjoy your tallow, enjoy your tallow cream. Try it. Tell me on my Substack Outspoken or on dailyclout.io how it went for you. Again, the sourcing of these ingredients, this is Brooklyn Botany Corporation at brooklynbotany.com. This is just sweet almond oil from purebodynaturals.com out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Again, you can use coconut oil if that's a better texture for you. And this is deodorized beef tallow, everyone. Get your beef tallow from Traverse Bay Bath and Body, and that's bearlakesoap.com. Gigantic container, 112 ounces for, I think, about a little over $40. So really, it's going to last a long, long time, and I feel better. So thank you all so much. Take care, be well, be healthy. You are wonderful, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.